Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we're bringing you a replay of a tank I don't think I've shown on the channel before, the STG. Now what you're seeing on the screen now is, when I first got the STG, which I earned for free, my controller was broken, and my gun and tank would always turn whenever I aimed. So I stopped playing it, because it just wasn't a tank I could play with my controller being broken. What happens is, Felix is going to select his Guardian STG for battle, and that's going to remind me. And I just think to myself, oh, I have an STG, because I completely forgot it existed even after I got a brand new controller. So, what you're going to see is I'm going to go over to the STG, and I just thought I'd leave this bit in, because you're actually going to see me equip my STG, and I just thought, I'll leave it in just in case anyone's interested on how I equip my tank. And I might start letting you guys know what kind of equipment I run on my tanks, if you guys are interested, but just know, a lot of the tanks I run equipment on, I do not run the most competitive equipment. A lot of tanks I run a bit of a mean build. On this though, I am going to rock the kind of standard, just regular medium tank equipment loadout. Which is, I'm going to use coated optics, I'm going to use a gun rammer, and I'm going to use the vertical stabilizers. You may have seen I did briefly look at the spoil liner and was thinking about it, but I don't think this is the kind of tank I'm going to be ramming in. Gonna be a cheap fuck and just go for 7 days of camo. Oh, sorry, 30 days of camo. I don't really use permanent camo on any tank unless it's a tank I really like. But this game is going to be my first game in the STG with a working controller, because this thing's meant to be really accurate, but obviously it wasn't. Not for the tank's fault, but my controller's fault. So now I can actually get a feel for the accuracy of this thing. So my next pick is T54 Mod 1. And we're just going to be waiting for Luke for a little bit, so I'm going to skip forward to the actual loading into the game. And we're on Pilsen, a map I very much enjoy. I've said before, I think it works for all classes of tank. Lights, mediums, heavies, TDs, everything. It is going to be a couple tier 9s, tier 8s, and some tier 7s. Luke ended up picking this King Tiger. And there is no artillery. What I'm going to do is, usually I'd fight heavy corner, but there's no artillery, we're in medium tanks, well apart from Luke. We're going to push down the 8-9 line. Now, this tank, not the fastest, but 390 Alpha, with a ridiculously accurate gun for 390 Alpha, apparently, I don't know how it feels. We'll see how it works out this game. A fully traversable turret, unlike the 416, which is very nice. And 212 standard PAM, which is pretty decent when you compare it to, a T44-100, which has 190 standard PAM. 212 is pretty good. And I think it was 248 APCR PAM. I do carry a couple high explosive shells on this just because it's a high caliber gun. By the way, there's a light tank round here. I'm going to go for him. Damage his engine and a nice little high roll for 458 out of 390. It's pretty good. We are now pushing. And the Vanguard does get one shot back into me. It's a bit of a revenge shot. At least I think it was the Vanguard, maybe not. Now, T28 Proto, I'm going to make a mistake here. I'm shooting for the weak point. And for some reason, I thought I bounced there. I didn't bounce, I missed. So I'm on an APCR round to pan him. I'm trying to stay hull down, stay in the move. I don't really trust this thing's armor. And I do pan him with that shot. Now, of all their tier 9 that they've got, a few of them are quite scary. The Lorraine, which is obviously an autoloader, which is quite scary, and then there's a T30, which is obviously no one wants to get shot by a T30. I can't see where his tank is, so I try to shoot through the wall. And I expect a blind shot because I've still got the APCR load. I've not quite noticed yet. I've noticed now, and I've realised I'm not going to start the whole reload again, but I'll shoot him and then I'll go to an AP round. I actually managed to ammo rack the Lorraine 40T. Which is always very nice, and now I'm loading the AP shell again. Now, I was about to go attempt some side-scraping action here on the T28, but he dies, T43 misses me, aim in, nice shot into the turret. And apart from missing the T28 Proto shot earlier, I was quite liking this thing's gun handling. I'm not shooting a particularly long distance, but again, whenever you're fighting with this tank, you just have to remember, and this thing's gun, This is a Soviet 122mm gun, and even more crazy, it's on a medium tank, and usually a medium tank is a less stable platform for large caliber guns and they get worse gun handling. But no, the gun handling this thing's pretty sweet. The only issue with it is it's not particularly well armoured, and it's not particularly fast. The only two issues I'd really give to this tank. I've decided to drive back to base. A couple more of the tier 9s are here. They've got a Conqueror, one of the best tier 9 tanks in the game. I'm going to wait for him and see if he's going to make the push. As I peer around the corner, he starts moving. Snap a shot in for an exactly average 390 damage roll. Another thing about the rear mounted turret is, I mean, you can't search with smaller caliber guns, but you side scrape out, not to block shots, but you can side scrape, get the shot, and then drive forwards again, and you're not exposing yourself for as long as you get back in the cover quicker, which is quite nice. So you start able to shoot the VK, drive forwards in the cover. Now, T-30, very scared. He can quite easily set me on fire, or ammo rack me with its large caliber gun. And you're going to say, I'm kind of keeping my gun in between the 2 points I might have to shoot at, but I'm keeping it more towards where the T-30 is, because I have a feeling he's going to peek out any moment now. And he does. I get another nice shot in, back up. And the damage on this tank adds up quite quickly because of the 390 Alpha, if you can just keep hitting some shots. Now what's going to happen here is the T-30 is around the corner, so I'm a bit scared of pushing. But you see, people on our team are in front of me, and they've not spotted them yet. Now he does. I don't think the T-30 was actually aiming for me there. I think, as I peeked out, he fired at the light tank, missed, and hit me. Which is a bit sad, but I had the hit points for it. Conqueror goes down. Our teammate's pinging in the warehouse. Light tank gets spotted there. I'm in cover, but I'm going to pop out, auto-lock him, snap a shot at him. Now, with our teammate at this side of the warehouse, keeping the T-30's attention, I'm going to go round, because obviously he can only look at one person at any one time, and if we've got the crossfire, we'll be able to deal with him pretty easily. He's also got a horrible damage per minute with the big gun. I'm going to drive in, get the shot, and I do set him on fire a little bit. He does have a fire extinguisher, unfortunately, and a teammate does finish him off. Now, there's a Diamondback to deal with. Obviously, very well armoured machine, and he is just behind a building for me, which is a little bit sad. And he does pick up spandex. But our ISU 130, gonna go around the corner. And right now, what you're just witnessing, there we go, he finally picks him up. So, not a crazy game, but I will admit, people mustn't be playing this tank very well, because this game was an ace tanker, but when you see the amount of base XP it actually wasn't that much base XP. So, people might be struggling in this tank. I don't know why, I actually quite like it. I'll need to play it some more. 131,000 silver, 3,900 damage, 800 assistance, 2 kills for the ace tanker, and just over 1,600 base XP. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.